All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Saira Mujtaba and with me is Sarabjeet Kaur. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate and address All India Mayors Conference in Varanasi at 10:30 a.m. today. President Ramnath Kovind to meet Mukti Jodhas of Bangladesh Liberation War in Dhaka today to also inaugurate renovated Ramana Kali Mandir in Dhaka, destroyed by Pakistan's army during 1971 war. India registers highest ever annual foreign direct investment inflow of $81.97 billion in 2020-21. Rice exports of the country rise by over 33% in first 7 months of current financial year. Country's COVID-19 vaccination coverage touches almost 136 crore mark. Recovery rate stands at 98.38%. US praises India for counter-terrorism efforts, says terrorist groups continue to operate from Pakistan. Haryana government starts Khel Nursery scheme to promote sports in the state. Indian women's football team to take on host Bangladesh in SAF Under-19 Championship in Dhaka today. And India to host women's Under-18 and Under-19 SAF Championships next year. As India marches towards administering 150 crore vaccine doses against COVID-19, news about the new corona variant is a cause of concern. In this situation, we appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and also help others get vaccinated. Please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 01123978046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate and address the All India Mayors Conference in Varanasi at 10:30 a.m. today via video conferencing. Mayors from various states across the country will participate in the conference being organized by the Department of Urban Development, Uttar Pradesh. The theme of the conference is New Urban India. It has been the constant endeavour of the Prime Minister to ensure ease of living in urban areas. The government has launched multiple schemes and initiatives to address the issues of dilapidated urban infrastructure and lack of amenities. A special focus of these efforts has been the state of Uttar Pradesh, which has witnessed tremendous progress and transformation of the urban landscape, especially in the last 5 years. A 3-day exhibition is also being organized to showcase the key achievements of the centre and the Uttar Pradesh government in the sphere of urban development. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and Union Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs Hardeep Singh Puri will also be present on the occasion. President Ramnath Kovind will meet the liberation war fighters of Bangladesh called Mukti Jodhas as well as Indian veterans this morning in Dhaka. Before concluding his 3-day state visit to Bangladesh today, he will inaugurate the renovated Ramana Kali Mandir in Dhaka, which was destroyed by the Pakistani army during the 1971 Liberation War. Mr. Kovind will also interact with a cross-section of Bangladeshi society and people of the Indian community. Last evening, delivering his address as the guest of honour in the Jatiya Sangsad, the Parliament of Bangladesh, Mr. Kovind said that India has always attached the highest priority to its friendship with Bangladesh. President Kovind was participating in the Golden Jubilee celebrations of independence of Bangladesh and concluding ceremony of birth-centenary celebrations of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Recalling the 50-year-old friendship between both the countries, Mr. Kovind said the partnership began by surmounting extraordinary challenges and time has come to raise the bar even higher.
India has always attached the highest priority to its friendship with Bangladesh. We remain committed to doing all we can to help realize full potential of our friendship. In recent years, we have seen a steady expansion of trade, economic cooperation, people-to-people ties, student exchanges, and extensive engagements across multiple areas of activity. These are guarantees of a sustainable, deep friendship based on mutual respect, sovereign equality, and our respective long-term interests.
The President is visiting the neighbouring country at the invitation of his counterpart to attend the 50th Victory Day celebrations. Mr. Kovind recalled the sacrifices made by the soldiers of the Indian Army and Mukti Bahini for the independence of Bangladesh. Here is more from our correspondent covering the President's visit.
President Ramnath Kovind, starting his speech with greetings in Bengali, expressed India's commitment to do all it can to help realize the full potential of friendship between the two countries. Mr. Kovind said he has brought greetings for the people of Bangladesh from their 125 crore Indian brothers and sisters. He said the struggle of Bangladeshi people during the liberation war for their freedom has a special place in hearts of Indians. Mr. Kovind said he was deeply inspired by the faith and courage of the people of Bangladesh for their independence. The President said, though the partnership began by surmounting extraordinary challenges, but now time has come to raise the bar of 50-year-old Indo-Bangladesh friendship even higher. With Rajesh Jha, Sanjeev Kumar Singh, AIR News, Dhaka.
India has registered the highest ever annual foreign direct investment FDI inflow of $81.97 billion in 2020-21. Commerce and Industry Ministry said FDI inflows in the last 7 financial years is over $440 billion, which is nearly 58% of the total FDI inflow in the last 21 financial years. The ministry said top 5 countries from which FDI equity inflows were received during 2014 to 2021 are Singapore, Mauritius, USA, Netherlands and Japan. Computer software and hardware sector attracted the largest share of FDI inflows, followed by service, trading and telecommunications. The ministry said government has taken various steps to boost domestic and foreign investments in India. Talking to AIR News, economist Naveen Gupta said this shows global recognition of India's commitment towards prudent fiscal management initiatives.
India recorded highest ever annual FDI inflows of $81.97 billion in financial year 2021. This shows global recognition of India's commitment towards prudent fiscal management initiatives, where Government of India introduced measures to address both demand and supply side measures. Also, this shows success of Make in India, Start of India and production-linked incentives, visionary initiatives of Prime Minister Modi. Recently, we have seen first-time Cabinet announce $10 billion design-linked incentive plans to establish chip and display industry in India to make India global electronic manufacturing hub. All these initiatives and consistent flow of FDI will create jobs and usher virtuous cycle of prosperity for every Indian.
India's rice exports rose by over 33% to 11.79 million tons in the first 7 months of this current financial year. Commerce and Industry Ministry said India's rice exports in the current fiscal are likely to surpass the record feat of 17.72 million tons achieved in 2020-21. The ministry said India continues to expand its rice exports footprint in the African, Asian and European Union markets. It said the robust global demand also helped India's growth in rice exports.
In Parliament today, National Anti-Doping Bill 2021, Wildlife Protection Amendment Bill 2021 and Chartered Accountants, Cost and Works Accountants and Company Secretaries Amendment Bill 2021 are scheduled to be introduced in Lok Sabha. Also, there will be further discussion and voting on the supplementary demands for grants second batch for 2021-22 in Lok Sabha. In Rajya Sabha, the Mediation Bill 2021 is scheduled to be introduced today. The News Services Division brings you glimpses of the year 2021 in its special year-ender series, The Year That Was. Internal security has remained one of the core focus areas for India. Today, we take a look at how internal security has been strengthened under the dynamic leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Speaking at the 18th investiture ceremony of BSF in July this year, Home Minister Amit Shah had said that India got an independent security policy only after Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister.
मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में 2014 से देश की सीमाओं की सुरक्षा को एक अलग प्रकार की गंभीरता से भारत सरकार ने लिया है और जहां जहां पर भी सीमा पर अतिक्रमण करने का प्रयास हुआ, जहां जहां भी हमारे सीमा सुरक्षा बल या कोई सीएपीएफ के जवान पर घात करने का प्रयास हुआ, हमने तुरंत ही जवाबी कार्यवाही की है और हमारे जवान और हमारी सीमा दोनों को कोई हल्के से नहीं ले सकता। इसका उदाहरण भारत ने हमेशा पूरा करने का प्रयास किया है। जब उरी में हमला हुआ, पुलवामा में हमला हुआ और उसी वक्त भारत सरकार ने मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में एक मजबूत निर्णय करते हुए एयर स्ट्राइक और सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक करके उसका जो जवाब दिया, इसकी पूरी दुनिया भूरी भूरी प्रशंसा करती है।
Our correspondent reports that Centre has taken several initiatives to strengthen internal security, be it uprooting terrorism or tackling drug menace.
The security situation in Jammu and Kashmir has improved significantly since August 2019 and there has been a significant decline in terrorist incidents. The incidents infiltration and terrorist attacks have decreased significantly since 2018. During the last 12 months from December 2020 to November 2021, 14 terrorists have been apprehended and 165 terrorists have been killed. Incidents of left-wing extremism have come down by more than 23% and the number of deaths has also come down by over 21%. Centre has also taken various measures including improvement in road and telecom connectivity, financial inclusion by improving banking facilities, post offices, skill development, education facilities in the left-wing extremism areas. Government has also been successful in getting many extremist groups surrender and lay down arms, especially in the northeast. So far, about 16,000 cadres have joined the mainstream of the society through various pacts such as Bodoland Pact, Group Pact, Karbi Anglong Pact and the surrender by the insurgent cadres of Tripura. With Suparna Saikia, Anupam Mish, AR News.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate and address All India Mayors Conference in Varanasi at 10:30 a.m. today. President Ramnath Kovind to meet Mukti Jodhas of Bangladesh Liberation War in Dhaka today to also inaugurate renovated Ramana Kali Mandir in Dhaka, destroyed by Pakistani army during 1971 war. India registers highest ever annual foreign direct investment inflow of $81.97 billion in 2020-21. Rice exports of the country rise by over 33% in first 7 months of current financial year. Country's COVID-19 vaccination coverage touches almost 136 crore mark. Recovery rate stands at 98.38%. US praises India for counter-terrorism efforts, says terrorist groups continue to operate from Pakistan. Haryana government starts Khel Nursery scheme to promote sports in the state. Indian women's football team to take on host Bangladesh in SAF Under-19 Championship in Dhaka today, and India to host women's Under-18 and Under-19 SAF Championships next year. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back. You're listening to Morning News. Union Home Minister Amit Shah will be on a day-long visit to Uttar Pradesh's capital, Lucknow, today. He will first hold Sarkar Banao Adhikar Pao rally in the afternoon. The rally is being jointly organized by the BJP and the Nishad Party. Mr. Shah will also inaugurate 23 new branches of Uttar Pradesh Cooperative Bank. He will also dedicate 29 godowns of Uttar Pradesh State Warehousing Corporation during the event. In the evening, Mr. Shah will participate in the inauguration of the 7th National Convention of Sehkar Bharati. India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed 135 crore 91 lakh. Out of the total vaccination, more than 82 crore 25 lakh vaccine doses have been given as the first dose, while over 53 crore 65 lakh doses have been administered as the second dose. The Union Health Ministry said more than 62 lakh vaccine doses were administered yesterday. A total of 7,948 people recovered in the last 24 hours. The recovery rate is currently at 98.38%, the highest since March 2020.
In Maharashtra, drone was used for the first time to supply vaccines in remote areas of Jawar Tehsil of Palghar district, which is a backward tribal region. The innovative experiment by the Health Department proved to be successful and 300 beneficiaries were inoculated for their second dose. A report from our Mumbai correspondent.
The Health Department of Maharashtra decided to use the technology to overcome the problem of supplying vaccines in large numbers so that the tribals in these areas should not wait longer for their second or first dose. With the help of the NGOs, the experiment was carried out yesterday to send a vaccine consignment with the help of drones. The drone took off from Rajiv Gandhi Stadium in Jawhar and reached the primary health center of Zhap village within 9 minutes. Usually it takes more than an hour to reach the center, but drone made it possible and 300 beneficiaries were inoculated for their second dose of COVID-19 vaccine. Due to this successful experiment, the Health Department is planning to use it for other purposes like sending essential medicines, blood bags and vaccines for children in future. Shailesh Patil, AR News, Mumbai.
The government has lowered goods and services tax rate to 5% from 18% on ethanol meant for blending under the Ethanol Blended Petrol Program. Minister of State for Petroleum and Natural Gas Rameshwar Teli said this in a written reply to a question in the Lok Sabha yesterday. He said the decision was taken to promote ethanol blending.
Coal Minister Prahlad Joshi launched the fourth tranche of auction of 99 coal mines, including 24 new mines at a function in Delhi yesterday. Launching the latest tranche, the minister called upon the investors who have already completed successful bidding of coal mines to start production at the earliest for greater self-reliance in this sector. Mr. Joshi also urged the officials to identify more coal blocks for auctioning. He further pointed out that at least for the next 30 to 40 years, coal will continue to be crucial in India's energy sector. He urged investors to step up participation in the fully transparent auction process evolved by the Coal Ministry. And now let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
We remember Rajendranath Lahiri, a revolutionary freedom fighter who was the mastermind behind the Kakori conspiracy and Dakshineshwar bombing.
Born in 1901 in Pabna district of the Bengal Presidency, Lahiri was sent to Varanasi for studies. During his studies, he came into contact with Sachindranath Sanyal, the co-founder of the Hindustan Republic Association, HRA, and thus began his revolutionary career. Lahiri became the district organizer for the HRA in Varanasi. He used several aliases like Charu, Jawahar and Jugal Kishore.
Along with Ashfaqullah Khan, Ramprasad Bismil and Roshan Singh, Rajendranath Lahiri helped carry out the Kakori robbery of 1925. It was Lahiri who stopped the train by pulling the chain from a second-class compartment and then helped the revolutionaries in action.
Lahiri was later arrested from a bomb factory in Dakshineshwar, Calcutta, and was awarded a 10-year sentence. However, after some time, the British authorities identified him as one of the revolutionaries involved in the Kakori robbery. Lahiri was then tried along with Ashfaqullah Khan, Ram Prasad Bismil and Roshan Singh. They were sentenced to death.
Lahiri was shifted to Gonda District Jail for execution. The British police got a whiff of the plan of the revolutionaries to free Lahiri. Jail authorities decided to hang Lahiri before the prison break plan could be put into action, and Lahiri was hanged 2 days prior to the scheduled date. Lahiri was only 24 years old when he attained martyrdom. We paid tribute to the great martyr.
On December 17, 1927, Bhagat Singh and his associates shot John Saunders. In Lahore, Lala Lajpat Rai was hit during a lathi charge while leading an agitation against the Simon Commission.
Simon Commission!
Lala Lajpat Rai later succumbed to his injuries. Thus, Bhagat Singh and his comrades vowed to avenge Lala Lajpat Rai's death.
Bhagat Singh conspired with revolutionaries like Shivram Rajguru, Sukhdev Thapar and Chandrasekhar Azad to kill James Scott. James Scott was the superintendent of police who had ordered lathi charge on Lala Lajpat Rai. However, in a case of mistaken identity, they shot John Saunders, who was an assistant superintendent of police. After the incident, the group escaped with the help of Durgavati Devi. The police launched a massive search operation to catch them but could not arrest. Reminding the significance of the incident, Jawaharlal Nehru said that Bhagat Singh did not become popular because of his act, but because he seemed to have vindicated the honor of Lala Lajpat Rai and through him of the nation.
Today we also remember the revolutionary journalist and a close associate of Sri Aurobindo, Sakharam Ganesh Deuskar. He was born on the 17th of December 1869 in a village near Deoghar, Jharkhand.
His name signifies the confluence of Bengali and Marathi. His ancestors had migrated from Deos village in Maharashtra and settled at Karan in Bengal, hence the surname Deuskar.
One of Deuskar's works which most influenced the national awakening was Deshor Kotha, published in 1904. It was translated in Hindi as Desh Ki Baat. Sakharam Deuskar composed this historical work to depict the ruin of India's economy by the British. Deuskar considered Bal Gangadhar Tilak as his political guru. Sakharam Deuskar breathed his last in 1912. We pay tribute to the great patriot.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase hallmarked gold jewelry. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline toll-free number 14404. Issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India, Jago Grahak Jago.
The third annual defence dialogue between India and France will be held in New Delhi today. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will attend the meeting with his French counterpart, Ms. Florence Parly. The US has praised India for effectively countering terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir and Northeast and Maoists in the central parts of the country in 2020. In its Country Reports on Terrorism 2020, the US appreciated Indian states for creating anti-terrorism units to deal with the menace. It has accused Pakistan of not taking action against terrorists such as Jaish-e-Mohammed founder and UN-designated terrorist Masood Azhar and key accused of 2008 Mumbai attack Sajid Mir. The report said several UN and US designated terrorist groups that focus on attacks outside the country continued to operate from Pakistani soil in 2020.
Haryana government has started Khel Nursery scheme to promote sports in the state. This was stated by Minister of State for Sports and Youth Affairs Sandeep Singh yesterday. He said, under the scheme, sports nurseries will be started in government, private educational institutions and private sports institutions. For this, applications have been invited by the department till 20th January 2022. Indian women's football team will take on host Bangladesh in the SAF Under-19 Championship in Dhaka today. On Wednesday, Indian women secured their second consecutive victory of the tournament after beating Bhutan 3-0. India kicked off their SAF Under-19 Women's Championship campaign against Sri Lanka with a resounding 5-0 win on Tuesday.
India will host Women's Under-18 and Under-19 SAF Championships next year. This was announced by All India Football Federation. While Under-18 Championship will be held from March 3rd to 14th, Under-19 Championship will take place from July 25th to August 3rd. In badminton, Indian shuttlers PV Sindhu, Kidambi Srikanth, HS Pranoy and Lakshya Sen will play their quarter-final matches of BWF World Championships in Huelva, Spain today. In women's singles, reigning world champion Sindhu will take on top seed and world number 1 Tai Tzu Ying of Chinese Taipei. In men's singles, Srikanth will face Mark Caljo of the Netherlands. HS Pranoy will lock horns with Lo Kin Yu of Singapore, and Lakshya Sen will be playing against Zhao Zunpeng of China. Indian challenge in the doubles category ended yesterday with women's doubles duo Ashwini Punappa and Sikki Reddy and men's doubles pair of Satvik Sairaj Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty losing their respective pre-quarter final matches yesterday.
And now let's take a look at the weather forecast for today. National capital Delhi will have shallow fog. Temperature will vary between 10 and 21 degrees Celsius, while Mumbai will have a mainly clear sky. Temperature will hover between 17 and 29 degrees Celsius. Chennai is expected to have a partly cloudy sky today. Temperature moves between 24 and 30 degrees Celsius, while Kolkata will have a mainly clear sky. The temperature will hover between 14 and 25 degrees Celsius. Visakhapatnam will have a partly cloudy sky with haze. The city recorded minimum temperature of 16, while maximum will be around 28 degrees Celsius. Bengaluru had fog in the morning and will have partly cloudy sky later. Temperature will hover between 17 and 28 degrees Celsius. Hyderabad will witness partly cloudy sky with haze. Guwahati, Imphal, Aizawl and Agartala had fog in the morning and will have a mainly clear sky later. Shillong will witness shallow fog. Temperature will hover between 7 and 18 degrees Celsius. Kohima and Itanagar will have a mainly clear sky, while Gangtok will have a partly cloudy sky. Temperature will hover between 7 and 16 degrees Celsius.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. All dailies have widely noticed 50 years of India's victory over Pakistan and liberation of Bangladesh. India celebrates 50th anniversary of liberation of Bangladesh, writes The Pioneer, while the Asian Age headlines, Bangla has a special place in every Indian heart, says President. Omicron slow to infect lungs, says Hong Kong study, but it multiplies 70 times faster than Delta in bronchus, writes The Hindu. The Statesman reports Omicron grows 70 times faster in lungs, less severe, says study. Papers have also covered PM's address in the National Conclave on Natural Farming. The Hindu writes, it's time to correct wrong farming practices, says PM, while the Statesman says, natural farming solution for food security, says PM Modi. Hindustan Times informs 1,002 women clear written exam for NDA. And finally, bill to raise women's age of marriage to 21 years gets government's nod, reports the Tribune.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate and address All India Mayors Conference in Varanasi at 10:30 a.m. today. President Ramnath Kovind to meet Mukti Jodhas of Bangladesh Liberation War in Dhaka today, to also inaugurate renovated Ramana Kali Mandir in Dhaka, destroyed by Pakistani army during 1971 war. India registers highest ever annual foreign direct investment inflow of $81.97 billion in 2020-21. Rice exports of the country rise by over 33% in first 7 months of current fiscal year. Country's COVID-19 vaccination coverage touches almost 136 crore mark. Recovery rate stands at 98.38%. US praises India for counter-terrorism efforts as terrorist groups continue to operate from Pakistan. Haryana government starts Khel Nursery scheme to promote sports in the state. Indian women's football team to take on host Bangladesh in SAF Under-19 Championship in Dhaka today. And India to host women's Under-18 and Under-19 SAF Championships next year. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a great day.